there, this is Dave Taylor. Our conversations cover many, many subjects. This station is very happy to bring them to you exclusively.
So welcome to Powder.com. We're here with English free skier extraordinaire James Woodsy Woods. James, welcome. And so yeah, what do you prefer to be called? Just Woodsy or?
Yeah, Woodsy. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. And you are you're from Sheffield, England, and you were the first English skier to win a X Games medal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was explain that experience to us a little bit. Like, you know, are you the first one who's competed in X? Were you just the first one to put it together, or?
Well, yeah, coming out of the UK, being invited to X Games to start with was a massive thing for me. I couldn't believe it. So excited about it all. We've had now, I can't remember. I think we may have had one girl skier in X Games pipe in the past, Em Lonsdale. Yeah, I think so. A few years ago, we've had a snowboarder in there consistently, Jenny Jones. She's 3-time gold medalist in chick snowboard slopestyle. So Britain's had a taste of that before, but as far as slopestyle men's skiing goes, yeah, I was the first person to be invited. So I was very excited about all that, and yeah, to come out with a medal after my first X Games was unbelievable. It was months ago now, but it definitely hasn't sunk in. Maybe a little bit every day, but yeah, it certainly hasn't sunk in yet.
Nice. And was that the first really big contest that you've done?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I competed and managed to qualify to each stop of the Do Tour this year, which I was really excited about. You know, that was my first major thing, but I mean, I didn't. You know, I scraped by in the Do Tour, really did, but I suppose I got my name out there and did something right to get an invite.
Yeah, you put it together in the big one. So are you like pretty famous around England now? Because like the only English skier I know of is Eddie the Eagle, and he's kind of just famous for not being really very good.
That's funny. Oh yeah, Eddie the Eagle. I hope to outdo him in this skiing. But yeah, he's certainly more famous than I am. But I'm.
No. So how about like you walk in a bar with Wayne Rooney, who gets recognized first?
Oh, me. Easy.
So Clint Dempsey, it's not even a contest.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Skiing's not so big in the UK, in all honesty, but we're working on it. We're working on it.
Right. Well, let's talk about that a little bit, because you grew up skiing mostly on dry slope, right?
Correct. Yeah, dry slope. Started off when I was about 10 years old. I went to a tubing party. Like, the tubing side of things makes quite a lot of money in the for the slopes in the UK, because you know it's something completely different that you know people don't get to do. So I was actually on a birthday party at a tubing thing, and I just remember looking across at the skiers and thinking, and I think I said to my friend at the time, I could do that, and turns out I could.
Nice, pretty well. And then how was your first transition to snow? So how long did you ski on dry slope, and then when did you first get onto snow?
Well, I think the very first time I went on snow was 2 years after I started, but then it wasn't for another couple of years after that I went again. Yeah, we have a ski club. All the dry slopes. There's a bunch of dry slopes about, and they've all got little ski clubs that do the racing. It's exactly like real resorts. I mean, it's just scaled down and on this plastic surface.
Right.
And they do an annual trip each year. Yeah, there's Shark Ski Club. So yeah, and like, thanks to them for teaching me how to ski. They took me away my first time, and that, like you said, transition from dry slope to snow was incredible. Like, I'm not sure what the best comparison is, but it was just so easy and it was so fast, and man, I mean, I can't really describe it, but I was in heaven. Absolutely, it was incredible until I went off the side of the piste into powder and just went like I guess everybody does, but I didn't know what had happened. I didn't know anything about powder, or didn't know what ungroomed was.
Because a powder day on dry slope, you were saying, is basically a rainy day, right?
Yeah, when it rains, because it's all bristles on either surface, snowflakes or Dendex, lubricates it and makes them way faster.
Right.
So yeah, like that's how we say it. When it's raining, everyone's dying to get up to the dry slope because it runs like 10 million times faster.
Right on. So so how was the royal wedding? Did you go?
Royal wedding? No, I couldn't make it. Actually, couldn't make it.
It was probably raining and good dry slope day.
Yeah, most likely that's probably where I was. Actually, where was I? I was somewhere important. I can't remember. Maybe it was in teen. No. When was it? I was at WSI.
Oh, right,
Yeah,
right.
you
Way
know.
more important.
Exactly.
But do you have Pippa's number for me?
Yeah. So yeah.
Cool. Yeah, because she stopped replying to my Twitters, and yeah, I just figured she'd, I don't know, want something a little more personal. You were also saying that you never watched ski movies growing up.
Yeah, growing up, I remember the first ski movie that I watched was Happy Days. I guess a bunch of people my age would be the similar one. But it happened. I never watched ski movies because I never used to. I do now. I love it. But I said this to my friend. He was like, this, that, all talking about the movies, the latest ones. I said I'd never watched one before, and he just came round to my house the next day, just walked straight into the living room and put the cassette into the player and was like, "Don't speak until we've watched this." And yeah, that was incredible, like watching that for the first time. But after that, when it came to ski movies being played, I just remember just each time, I was excited to watch it, and then within the first few minutes of it, I just I couldn't watch it. I had to leave the room, and just being like, I think I dreamed so hard I wanted to be a skier and wanted it so much, but then when I watched the movie, or the beginning bit of the movie, reality sort of hit in, and I was like, I live in Sheffield, I'm a million miles away from this. I guess I wasn't giving up, but it was just I don't want to dream it that hard and believe it so much that I know it's not going to happen for me. I can't be there. I'm stuck in Sheffield. But yeah, that's the story behind why I'd never really watched much ski movies.
But here you are now. You are filming. Who are you filming with this year?
This year I didn't actually film with anybody. Every single week this winter was in a different competition.
Oh, wow.
My aim this year was just compete in everything I can and do as much as I can to get my name out there, and hopefully I did that. So next year, rather than selling myself out or whatever, I can be people will hopefully know what I'm about, who I am, and as a skier. And
you did some shooting with Salomon Free Ski TV at the Jib Academy, and then I know you were up in Mammoth for a monster shoot or something like that as well. Yeah,
that's right. I did do a bunch of stuff with Salomon Free Ski TV actually. Sorry about that, Mike. At the Jib Academy was great actually. Mike dreams up all these crazy ideas, and I'm sure everybody knows. But yeah, I was lucky enough to be a part of that, and also, yeah, did a shoot with the Monster guys last week actually in Mammoth, which was fantastic experience for me, and I learnt a lot skiing with all those guys. Right.
Now, are you still skiing dry slope when you're at home?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I go back. I always, whenever I'm back home, I try and get a session in with the kids that are about, and go to one of the snow domes as well indoors, and have a session there with my friends. It's because for me, there's not, dry slope is a little bit difficult after skiing mountains all year.
Right.
But after a couple of runs, I'm straight back into it. It's not that much of an issue for me at all. So, and that's how skiing should be for me. When we were skiing Bears Den on the pilot trip, it was insane. I just got in my zone and I was lapping and never wanted to stop. So yeah, I still love it, and I can still learn a lot from skiing dry slope, I think. But yeah.
And how often are you in Sheffield these days, and how often are you off somewhere more exotic and being a pro skier?
Wow. This is the first year I've really been away doing it so much. I've been home for 3 days since November. It's now June.
Right.
So
you're home a lot,
can see the. Oh man, no. I mean, but like I say, I can't say how long I'm at home for because I don't know. But I mean, I'm gonna be home for a week next week, which I'm really excited to see my family, see my friends. hopefully have a session. I know.
Right. I mean, the season's over. Well, not this year, but usually the season's over around here this time of year. You get to go back to Sheffield and go shred.
Exactly, but Mammoth, that snow is keeping us here. But yeah, I'm going to be away in the summer until September, so that's going to be a crazy thing as well, because that's when everything starts kicking off again.
Right.
So I don't know how much time I'm going to have at home, but I'm going to set aside a month. I think I'm going to make it November, where I'm just going to not ski and just totally rest these my knees up and everything, because you need that time off, and I certainly don't want to burn myself out. It's been a hectic winter, but
let yourself get back into form, as they would say.
Exactly, yeah.
Right on. Well, you guys can read about Woodsy and dry slope skiing in the UK in our September issue, also the buyer's guide. And dude, thanks so much for coming in here.
No worries. Thank you for having me, Powder.
Yeah.